Let me say this tonight, and I'm not even going to weigh my words. The Supreme Court is really getting itself into a twist on this case. There's an element of ego, and the fact is that they are used not to having any oversight. There is a lack of external oversight and external input, and therefore the whole decision-making process of the Supreme Court is insulated from broader societal perspectives and media concerns. You know, there is a huge issue here, that the Supreme Court and the judicial system of the biggest democracy in the country has no external oversight. That is a huge centralization of power without a single iota of accountability. Now, the first thing the Supreme Court should have asked is, Diljit Singh Alhuwalia, why were no proper seizures made at Justice Yashwant Verma's house? Why was there no Panchanama? Why was there no FIR? You know, why was the evidence allowed to be destroyed? Who were the participants in the destruction of evidence? Otherwise, this becomes like any other case. You know, you allow the destruction of evidence, you allow everything to happen, then you say, sorry, no Panchanama, no seizure, no evidence, sorry, and hence there is not enough and he has to be given the benefit of doubt. We as ordinary citizens know this much, Mr. Alhuwalia, that if the system wants to fix someone, it can. But here it seems to me, Mr. Alhuwalia, that the whole system wants to save someone.
Arnab, with greatest of respect, I don't agree with you at all. Firstly, I come on to the actions of the Honourable Chief Justice of India. He is bound by the law. There is a law which has been declared by the Supreme Court in 2015, which lays down internal inquiry as one of the procedures in such situations. So he's just following the law, which is the law laid down by the Supreme Court. He's bound to follow that. That's one. A lot of panelists are talking about an FIR. Now there too, there is a judgment of the Constitution bench, and there is a procedure which has been prescribed for registration of FIR, where government also plays a role. The Delhi police can play a role in that. If Delhi police thought that this was a case which merited registration of FIR, rather than only inform the Chief Justice of Delhi High Court, they could have also informed the government. The government would have gone to the President with a proposal that there is a requirement of registration of the FIR. As per this judgment of the Constitution bench, the President could have asked the Chief Justice of India, and the Chief Justice of India could have seen the material and the allegations and given his consent. He would have given the consent for registration of FIR, and so the procedure, the fault is there of the government of Delhi police. Coming to your question as to why this material was allowed to be dissipated. Now, Delhi police comes there in very questionable circumstances. They see that, well, there are so many stacks of notes which are burning. They take videos, and after that they say Tata bye-bye and they go away from there.
Who? You blame the court. 1 minute, just 1 minute, sir. May I intervene right at that point when you said Diljit Singh Alhuwalia ji? You said the Delhi police should be blamed because when they found all the money, they said Tata bye-bye and went away from there. So may I remind you that the house in which the money was found was that of High Court judge. What was his responsibility to file an FIR? Secondly, the individual who got to know immediately, and the Delhi Police Commissioner followed the due process, in fact showed immense amount of respect by informing, was the Delhi High Court Chief Justice, who in turn by the 15th allowed the Chief Justice of Supreme Court also to know. So am I to say that the Supreme Court Chief Justice, High Court Chief Justice and the particular High Court judge also, all three of them said to the police, okay, we are happy with your Tata bye-bye? The Tata bye-bye was being done by the bench, sir, not by the police. Sir, 1 minute, sir, 1 minute, 1 minute, sir, 1 minute, sir. Mr. Alhuwalia. Mr. Alhuwalia, 1 minute. I'm also very sorry to intervene. I'll stop after this. I'll ask you a question. If the Delhi Police Commissioner would not have laid this matter in the court of the Delhi High Court Chief Justice, then you would have been the first to say the executive is not respecting the judiciary. When the executive respects the judiciary takes over the process and then says, चलो कुछ नहीं उसको इलाहाबाद हाई कोर्ट भेज दो. Then when we raise questions after 1 week, you say, अरे आपने तब सवाल क्यों नहीं पूछा? तब सवाल तो आपको कमिश्नर ने दिल्ली हाई कोर्ट चीफ जस्टिस को कहा था. It is the Delhi High Court Chief Justice and the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court who were deciding between themselves how to deal with the matter, not the police commissioner and the fire chief, sir.
Arnab, as far as I'm sorry. The decision whether FIR was warranted or not, that opinion was that of the Delhi Police Commissioner or the cops who were there. If they thought that there was an FIR which was required to be registered, there was a totally different protocol for that. They were supposed to be approaching the government. The government was to mull over the matter, look at the material and thereafter make a recommendation.
We have a fight on our hands on this, Mr. Alhuwalia. I have Mr. Tiwari making a comeback, please. Mr. Tiwari is making a comeback on this. Mr. Tiwari of the Allahabad High Court Bar, which is going on strike from tomorrow. Yeah.
Arnab ji, एक मौका दें. Arnab ji, please, can I speak a word to Mr. Alhuwalia?
Yeah, please do.
हाँ, आलूवालिया साहब, एक बात देखिए, आप बहुत एक्सपीरियंस है आपको, शायद कॉमन मैन की प्रॉब्लम शायद आपने देखी है, नहीं मुझे नहीं मालूम. आप ये बता रहा हूं, ये जुडिशियल शील्ड जो इन्होंने बना रखी है अपने आगे पीछे, जुडिशियल अथॉरिटी ने, किसी एग्जीक्यूटिव ऑफिसर, किसी सिविल ऑफिसर, सिविल सर्वेंट्स की इतनी हिम्मत हो ही नहीं सकती कि वो लिखे इसमें कि हमें एफआईआर दर्ज करनी. ये डर, खौफ, ये खौफ जुडिशियल सिस्टम ने बना रखा है पिछले 50 साल से, बोलने नहीं देते. आज हाई कोर्ट ने आवाज लगाई है. मैं सबसे पहले आज एक लाइन बोलना चाहता हूं अर्नब जी, आपके लिए
जी.
रिपब्लिक मीडिया ने मुझे इतना कॉन्फिडेंस दिया है कि मैं ये लड़ाई लड़ रहा हूं.
थैंक यू.
आपकी वजह से मैं लड़ाई लड़ रहा हूं क्योंकि आप मेरी आवाज उठा रहे हैं. आप क्या समझते हैं आलूवालिया साहब की यह लड़ाई मेरे लिए आसान है? I am a senior counsel in Allahabad High Court. I have my career. And I know my career is going to be ruined only on account of this fight. जजेस ने अपने आगे पीछे शील्ड बना रखी है. किसी की हिम्मत नहीं है कि वो कमिश्नर दिल्ली पुलिस ने ये लिखा होता कि क्या मैं एफआईआर की मुझे परमिशन दी जाए. बात कर ऑनेस्टी की बात होती है. पूरा हिंदुस्तान में इमेज ये जा रही है जुडिशरी की कि जस्टिस यशवंत वर्मा को बचाया जा रहा है. क्या सुप्रीम कोर्ट के कोलिजियम का यह दायित्व तो नहीं होता कि वो इस इमेज को दूर करे, पब्लिक कॉन्फिडेंस को इंश्योर करे? आज इलाहाबाद हाई कोर्ट का वकील शाम 4 बजे के बाद सड़क पे उतर रहा है. 35,000 वकील की हमारी संख्या है. 35,000 आवर मेंबर्स, 35,000, and the entire UP is going to be collapsed tomorrow.